1.2 Functions, Day 1. A function is a relation where each element of the domain, which is x, is matched with exactly one element in the range y. So you can see here, if I wrote this relation as a set of ordered pairs, I would have the ordered pairs 1, 9, 2, 13, 3, 15, 4, 15, 5, 12, and 6, 10. So we can see that each element of the domain is matched with exactly one element in the range. If I added another ordered pair in this relation, and I matched the number 2 with 9, this would cause another ordered pair of 2, 9, and this would create this relation to not be a function, because you would have 2 matched with 13 and you would have 2 matched with the number 9. Here we want to decide whether the relations presented are functions. So in example A, we have 2 matched with 11, 2 and 10, 3, 8, 4, 5, and 5, 1. So we can see because our input of 2 is matched with an output of 11 and an output of 10, it would not be a function. If I look at example B, I have a relation plotted on a coordinate plane. Here I can perform the vertical line test, where I draw a vertical line through each element in the relation. And we can see that this is a function. And it passes the vertical line test because I'm only hitting one point each time I draw a vertical line. If I were to add another point here, then that would not be a function because it would not pass the vertical line test. Here we'll make it a little more challenging, and we're going to determine whether the equation represents y as a function of x. So we have two equations here. We'll start with example A. We'll solve this equation for y, which will give us y equals negative x squared plus 1. You should remember from algebra, if our equation has the highest exponent of 2, the degree is 2, that would be a parabola. A negative 1 is in front of our x squared term. That means the parabola opens down. If I were to make a table of values, and I pick a negative value, a positive value, and a 0 value, and I substitute those in there, we can see that the points negative 1, 0 are on this graph, 0, 1, and 1, 0. And this would make a parabola that opens down, which does pass the vertical line test. Each element of the domain is matched with its own element in the range. Here we want to solve this equation for y. We have y squared equals x plus 1. We want to know what y is equal to, so we'll take the square root of both sides. So y will be equal to plus or minus the square root of x plus 1. If we want to see what this looks like, again, we'll pick pick a negative, pick a 0, pick 1 for our x. We'll substitute this in here and calculate. This will give us plus or minus the square root of 0, which is just 0. This will give us plus or minus the square root of 1, which is plus 1, and minus 1. So here you have 0 matched with two elements in the range. And if you substitute 1, you'll have the square root of 2. So again, positive root 2 and negative root 2. So again, you have 1 matched with positive root 2 and negative root 2. So therefore, this would not be a function. And we can see, oops. And this does not pass the vertical line test. So this would be no, not a function. This one is yes, it is a function.